Good day everyone. We are the Group 12 and today we are going to discuss about the foreign policy of our current president, Bongbong Marcos Jr. First, let us get to know President Bongbong Marcos. For more than 20 years, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. has devoted his life to serving the Filipino people. His long and devoted service has been marked by his sincere concern for the welfare of his constituents and a firm commitment to improving every Filipino's quality of life. Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., commonly referred to as Bongbong and by the initials BBM, was born on the 13th of September 1957 in the town of Batac, Ilocos Norte. He attended La Salle Green Hills Elementary School in 1964 and completed his secondary education at Worth School in West Sussex, England in 1974. He earned a special diploma in social studies from Oxford University in 1978. Bongbong subsequently enrolled at the Wharton School of Business for a Master of Business Administration, which was eventually cut short due to him being elected in 1980 as Vice Governor of his home province, Ilocos Norte. Bongbong is the only son and namesake of the late former President Ferdinand E. Marcos Sr. and former First Lady Imelda Romualdez Marcos. He has three sisters, Aimee, Irene, and Amy. In 1993, Bongbong married Luis Lisa Cacho Araneta. They are blessed with three children, Ferdinand Alexander, Joseph Simon, and William Vincent. Prior to BBM being the 17th President of the Philippines, he had served the government for quite a while. In 1980 to 1983, he became the Vice Governor of Ilocos Norte and later on served as the Ilocos Norte's Governor from 1983 to 1986 and 1998 to 2007. He also served as representative of the 2nd District of the Province of Ilocos Norte from 1992 to 1995 and 2007 to 2010, and served as Senator from 2010 to 2016. Undeterred by his defeat in 2016 and fully committed to his vision of a united Philippines, Bongbong decided to run for the highest office in government in 2022. He has remained resolute in his desire to steward the Filipino people towards an era of progress and development. On the 9th of May 2022, over 50 million Filipinos turned out at polling station in the largest demonstration of democracy the country has ever seen. When the votes were counted, they revealed that 31 million Filipinos, or 58% of those that actually voted, placed their trust in Bongbong Marcos, becoming elected with the largest vote count of any presidential candidate in the nation's history.
Now, let's discuss about independent foreign policy. During the 2023 World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland on 16-20 of January 2023, Philippine President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. declared a foreign policy of not choosing side amid the growing major power rivalry between the United States and China. He stressed, "I don't work for Beijing, I don't work for Washington, D.C., I work for the Philippines." This policy aims to advance Philippines' national interests by avoiding armed conflicts, pursuing cooperation, and promoting international peace and security amid rivalry between the United States and China. In his inaugural speech, Marcos Jr. set the tone of his foreign policy. Now, let's talk about the state levels. Marcos Jr.'s flexible foreign policy has two distinct between for the Philippines. First, it reaffirms the Philippines-United States alliance to meet Manila security requirements. And second, it enhances Philippine relations with China, which could have an economic payoff and help enable a post-pandemic economic recovery in the Philippines. There are three pillars of the Philippine foreign policy as follows. First, We have preservation and enhancement of national security. The Philippine government seeks to strengthen strategic relationship with the United States and other strategic partners to propel the common commitment to the fight terrorism domestically, regionally, and worldwide. Second, promotion and attainment of economic security. The DFA seeks to expand its economic diplomacy effect by implementing the country theme approach abroad to promote Philippines goods and services, particularly in countries without trade attaches, strengthening and focusing economic diplomacy effort on the top 20 economic posts for their trade, investment, tourism, and other commercial potentials, and strengthening logistical support to posts in terms of promotional plans and programs, sourcing and dissemination of promotional materials, produce samples, and current information of the Philippines. The last one is protection of the rights and promotion of the welfare and interests of Filipinos overseas. The DFA is mandated to protect the rights and promote the welfare and interests of Filipino overseas by adopting the more proactive approach and monitoring the conditions and ensuring the security of Filipinos. They're working with regional and multilateral organizations for the protection and promotion of their welfare, reducing the vulnerability of overseas Filipino workers to terrorist attacks.
Independent foreign policy isn't new to the Philippines since former President Rodrigo Rua Duterte also implemented this type of foreign policy. Bongbong oath to continue what former president had started. Compared to the foreign policy of former President Duterte, who pursued China-friendly policies at the expense of the traditional relationship with the United States, Marcos Jr.'s flexible foreign policy promotes friendly ties with the two rival powers. Duterte put diplomatic space between the Philippines and the United States and threatened to suspend in the Philippines. United States visiting forces agreement. Instead, Marcos Jr. is seeking to strengthen the Philippines' relations with the United States to increase his leverage in managing relations with China. Marcos Jr.'s flexible foreign policy has two distinct benefits for the Philippines. First, it reaffirmed the Philippines-United States alliance to meet Manila's security requirements. And record, it enhanced Philippines' relations with China, which could have an economic payoff and help enable a post-pandemic economic recovery in the Philippines. On the sideline of the 29th Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation's Economic Leaders Summit in Thailand on 18 to 19 November last year, Marcos Jr. met China's President. The Philippines and the other founding members of ASEAN, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand have all practiced a flexible foreign policy before. Flexible foreign policy enables states to bend with the wind to survive. This helps states adapt to changing geopolitical realities. Marcos Jr. also traveled to New York to speak at the 77th United Nations General Assembly in September last year. This trip provided him another opportunity to convey his administration's foreign policy of being friend to all and enemy to none to the world. On the sideline of the assembly, Marcos Jr. met with the U.S. President Joe Biden. He indicated the continuing importance of the United States in the Philippines' foreign policy. In this meeting, Marcos Jr. candidly declared that we have always considered the United States as our partner, our ally, and our friend, adding the Philippines continues to look to the United States for the maintenance of our peace in our region. Pundits argue that Marcos Jr. was foreboding to the US and drifting away from China, but the president was in fact playing the American card as a part of its flexible foreign policy.